Let's talk about the disaster that is the Anthony Rendon contract. As you know, I'm a Met fan, and to see what's going on with Anthony Rendon warms my heart because he was a Met killer of the major order. But to see him and not being able to play, oh well. But before we get into this video, we're going to talk about the numbers, the amount of money that he is stealing. And that's how I look at stealing from the Los Angeles Angels. You'll be astonished at the numbers in terms of his production on the field and the money that he has stolen from them. This is from SI.com. This is an update on Anthony. Anthony Rendon moved to 60-day injured list as nightmare continues. That's the only way we can describe this contract and his years there in Anaheim. A nightmare with no end. Well, it ends in 3 years after this one. The Anthony Rendon contract is making a serious case to be the worst, and the heart means the worst in MLB history. On Friday, amid a series of roster moves, Rendon was moved to the 60-day injured list with a shin injury that has turned into a much bigger deal than initially expected. He's also a guy that got into a kerfluffle with a fan in Oakland. I didn't even know there were any fans in Oakland to get in a kerfluffle, but he did back in April. Rendon has been out since July the 4th after found a ball off his shin, continued to have his return timeline pushed back as the MRI revealed a bone bruise in his shin and bleeding inside the bone. He refused to speak to the media to provide updates on the injury. It's starting to learn he's a bit of a cantankerous guy. And now, seemingly out of nowhere, he's headed to the 60-day injured list, meaning he won't be eligible to return until September 9th at the earliest. Rendon signed a massive 7-year, $245 million contract with the Angels after the 2019 season. In the 60-game season in 2020, he played in 52 games. In 21, he played in just 58 games. Last year, he played in 47 games. And this year, 43 games, going less and less and less. Since 21, Rendon has not even played a full season, appearing in just 148 total games for the Halos. He's getting paid $35 million a year and has been unable to stay healthy for more than a third of the season. Hopefully Rendon is able to return on September 9th. Hopefully the Angels are still in the postseason race by then. But at this point, his bad injury luck is making his contract a living nightmare for the Halos. Now let me go through his numbers. His numbers are terrible. Even with all the injuries, he's not been productive. In the years that he was with the Nationals, let me go through some of the highlights of some of the things he has done. In 2014, he finished 5th in the MVP voting. In 2017, he finished 6th in the MVP voting. In 2018, he finished 11th in the MVP voting. In 2019, he finished 3rd in the MVP voting. Now in 2020, his first year with the Angels, he finished 10th in the American League. Let me give you a rundown of some of his numbers. He is a career .290 hitter with the Nationals, .369 on base percentage, and .490 slugging percentage. With the Angels, he's hit .249 with a .359 on base and a .399 slugging percentage. 126 OPS plus with the Nationals and a 109 OPS plus with the Angels. Pathetic. From 2016 to 2019, he had doubles of 38 to 44 in those 4 years. 38, 41, 44, 44. In those years with the Nationals, he drove in 100 runs twice, 90 runs 3 times plus. He hit 300, 1, 2, 3, 3 times in his years with the Nationals. Scored 100 runs 2 times. And in his years, in the last 3 years, he's played 148 games. Pathetic. Just pathetic. But like I said, he's a Met killer of the major order. I do not feel sorry for him. He's still making a lot of money. And the years that he's been with the Angels, he has made $130 million. And he's missed 148 games in the last 3 years. His last year with the Nationals, he hit .319 with an on-base percentage of .412, a .598 slugging percentage, and an OPS of 1,010. His OPS plus 157. That means he was 57% better than the average major league player. That year he scored 117 runs, 44 doubles, 34 home runs, 126 RBIs to help the Nationals win the World Series. You'd think the Nationals knew something about him that nobody else knew, because they just let him walk. They didn't even make an attempt. They didn't even make an attempt to sign to a long-term deal. He had 80 walks and 86 strikeouts, which is unusual for a player to be that 1-to-1 ratio in any season in this day and age. Let's go through his salary. His salaries since in the first 4 years with the Angels, like I said, $130 million. And the next 3 years after this year, $115 million for Anthony Rendon. This contract is a joke. His years with the Nationals is a joke. And he's going to get older. He's going to be 34 next year, 34, 35, and 36 over the next 3 years. I would think that the Nationals knew something about the player, possibly about his character, and and you see his character now. He's not talking to the press, and of course he's cantankerous with the fans, and a fan base that there's nobody there. And he went after like an Angels fan. It wasn't like an A's fan. He went after one of his own. Well, let me know what you think about this video. The disaster, and that's the only thing you can call it. The disaster, the nightmare, whatever you want to call it, contract of third baseman Anthony Rendon. And like I said, as a Met fan, it warms my heart to see this disaster, because it turns out he might be a bit of a jerk. And he was always hurting the Mets and always hurting really all of us, quite frankly. Anybody that was rooting for the Mets in any way. So, thank you for watching this video. Of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut, and I'll see you later.